Hello, this is Michael LaPreziosa from Shuto Karate Club of Sellersville. The subject of this video is the 5 things that we do in Shotokan kata that we would not do in a self-defense situation. Now, of these 5 things, I'm not saying that you would never do any of them if you were defending yourself, but these are things that we routinely do in our kata, and in fact, they're part of what makes the kata so good, but we would not, as a habit, or generally do these things in self-defense situation. So what is a self-defense situation? This is a situation in which you are using physical force to protect yourself against an aggressor who wants to hurt you or to kill you. So let's get to the 5. Number 1, in Shotokan kata and in Shotokan in general, we do large stances. Now, of course, in self-defense, there aren't really stances anyway, but that's a different subject. We won't get into that now. So, in our kata, we do large stances. The vast majority of the stances in Shotokan kata are either the front stance, the back stance, or the kibidachi. And these are large. What I mean by large is your feet are far apart. And why is that bad for self-defense? Well, for one, your groin is unprotected and vulnerable to attack. Secondly, you can't move as quickly when your feet are far apart. If I want to go from here to there, it's much faster if my feet are not so far apart. So that's not practical for self-defense. Point number 2, our stances are very low. Again, in Shotokan and including in kata, our stances are low. And this is what makes our kata look so cool, and it also builds the strong leg muscles that we have in Shotokan karate players. But again, there are times when you would be low in a self-defense situation. For instance, if you're throwing someone to the ground or you're striking someone who's on the ground, but you don't want to spend the most of the time in the fight that way, because obviously your head and face are more vulnerable the lower you are, and you don't get the effect of gravity that you do if you're higher up. So you want to be as high as you can relative to your opponent. Point number 3, we have slow moves in kata. This one shows up a lot. The slow haishuke. We have jite, which starts out slow, and kankudai, which starts out slow. And of course, this one shows up a lot, the kakiwake uke. But it looks good in our kata. It makes them look good for the contrast between slow and fast. And it also helps us to develop muscle control and breathing control. But again, I can't imagine why you would move slowly in a self-defense situation. Point number 4 on the list is we do high kicks in kata. And by high, I just mean most of them are chewed on, right? Or almost all of them are chewed on, either front snap kick or side snap kick. But that's high for self-defense. In general, you would not want to kick above the groin or even the thigh in a self-defense situation. First of all, a higher kick takes longer to do than a lower kick. Secondly, and you're more vulnerable while you're doing a kick because you're only on one leg and you have less balance. Plus, a higher kick is more likely to be caught or trapped by the bad guy. So high kicks in self-defense, no. And the final thing that we do in our kata, but not in self-defense, is jumps. Like the jump from MP. Right? Our jumps look cool and they feel cool to do them, but almost no time you would jump in a self-defense situation unless you're jumping over something to get away or jumping over something to get behind an obstacle or whatnot. So those are the 5 things. As a trivia question for you, we have 26 kata and Shotokan, and 6 of them have jumps in them. I will list them. Heian Godan, Kankudai, Kankusho, Empi, Meikyo, and Unsu. 5 of those have 1 jump in them, but 1 of them has 2 jumps in them. Which of those kata has 2 jumps? I'll list them again. Heian Godan, Kankudai, Kankusho, Empi, Meikyo, and Unsu. One of them has 2 jumps. And now as a bonus to our list of 5, we have +1, something you do not do in a self-defense situation that you do in kata is bow. Never bow to someone who's trying to hurt you or to kill you. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, got something out of it. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like or share this video. And above all, keep training.